Welcome to the PharmaSource podcast.
Delighted to welcome you all to another edition of the PharmaSource podcast and a very special edition in the lead up to CDMO Live, which takes place on the 13th of June. Delighted today to be joined by Kerry Powell, who is Senior Vice President of Sales at Alcami. A very warm welcome, Kerry, to the podcast today. And just to ask for a sort of short introduction to the business and to your role, and perhaps tell us a little bit about what makes Alcami unique for customers.
Great. Thank you so much, Chris, for having me on today. Excited to speak with you. So I am the Senior Vice President of Sales at Alcami. I've been here a little over 3 years now, but been in the life science industry for about 24 years. I'm responsible for the sales team at Alcami, and we have 4 teams that are supporting our business verticals. Alcami is uniquely positioned to support our clients for a few different reasons, but one of those is the breadth of our services. So as a CDMO, we offer drug product manufacturing, both sterile fill finish, as well as oral solid dose manufacturing. We have a large portion of our business that is standalone analytical testing, where we can support clients that may manufacture in-house or with another partner, but still need the type of strong analytical services that we provide. And then the third piece is our pharma storage and pharma services. Pharma storage allows us to provide our clients with GMP storage, covering all kinds of conditions from ambient to cold chain. And this is something that's fairly new to the Alcami family, is through an acquisition that we did a little over 2 years ago. We'll talk a little later on how we've continued to invest in this space because it's of such interest to our clients. And then the last piece is our pharma services piece, which is our validation, calibration teams, both in the field and in-house, able to support our clients. So we've built the breadth of services really driven by the needs of our clients. And we believe that in this highly competitive space, having a focus on our client needs, on the client relationship, and the way in which we work with them differentiates us from our competitors.
Great, thank you. That's a great, very thorough answer. Thank you very much, and a really good indication of your focus and what makes you unique for customers. Thank you very much, Kerry. Moving on from there, what are the main products and services that Alcami is really investing in as a business?
Great. And it is a time of investment. So we continue to be in high growth mode and strategic, both in our internal growth, where we invest internally as well as through acquisitions. So maybe first to start with our manufacturing, we've invested heavily in this space. I think we were timed well with putting in some new sterile fill finish lines. So I'm based here in Research Triangle Park in North Carolina at one of our manufacturing sites, where we also have a campus for analytical testing as well. And so here we have 4 sterile fill finish lines, one pre-filled syringe line that is up and running, another for liquid, and then 2 more that are in qualification stage. We also have sterile fill finish in Charleston, and we just had a press release recently with our second line going live there in our Charleston, South Carolina facility. So that type of investment, where we know there's a demand and need, especially in the sterile area, is a place that we continue to invest and make sure that we have state-of-the-art equipment and all the needs to support our clients. We also continue in our other areas. For example, we work with both small and large molecules, so we can support clients dependent on their needs. Obviously, high growth and demand is increasing in the large molecule space. And so here at our facility, again, in Research Triangle Park, we've invested heavily in our analytical testing capacity there. For these clients, things are important, like redundancy in equipment, redundancy in skill sets. And because we have a network of sites, we have redundancy we can offer between our sites. We have biotech services in our Wilmington, North Carolina site. This allows us to support clients if a piece of equipment goes down. If there's any challenges, we can bring in the right people. We did a big expansion maybe about 1.5 years ago here at this facility for that testing, also allowing us to go into supporting standalone testing for cell and gene therapy, also a big area of growth in the industry, where clients are really looking for people that can solve difficult, unique problems and have the technical depth to do so and deliver. We've just received approval to expand that space again because of the growth and the demand that we're seeing and hearing from our clients. So that's something that'll be getting underway at the end of the year. Designs are being made now to build out that lab space. The third part of the investments that we've been making and focusing on is around that pharma storage piece. The company that we acquired a couple of years ago is based in the New England area with facilities in both about an hour outside of Boston and going up into New Hampshire. But this was such a great add for our clients, really, again, giving them that ability to consolidate vendors, go to a company that can take care of everything, but also understand the quality that we provide. We understand the value of your material. We understand how precious that is and important to you. And so we can carry and work with your material from storing it to aliquoting it, testing it, and then maybe manufacturing it down the road. So we've just opened a facility here about 20 minutes outside of RTP in Garner, North Carolina, that is also a GMP storage facility. We're live now with our ambient temperature storage for pallets, and we're bringing on our additional cold chain over the next couple of months, also adding in aliquoting services there. So again, we can sample and test for our clients. And then we recently have made a stake in the West Coast, acquiring a company, Pacific Pharmaceutical Services in Reno, Nevada, that also offers pharma storage services. So we are expanding a lot, and it is being driven by our clients and their needs so that we can best support them, and allows us to expand our network. As a US-based CDMO, the majority of our clients are in the United States. And this allows us to have, especially in storage, where proximity really drives a lot of the needs. You want to have access to your material. So further expanding in that space has been something that I think has been a strong piece of our positioning in the industry. So all those things happening at once. It's an exciting time here at Alcami to be having all those moving parts. And we continue to listen to our clients and hear what their needs are. And we'll continue to invest to make sure we can meet the demand.
Well, that's great to hear. And as you say, there's a lot going on there. It must have been a very busy time for everyone at Alcami.
It is indeed, yes, but exciting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We look forward to hearing a lot more about that. In 2024, we've seen extraordinary disruption and change in contract manufacturing, the CDMO space, with quite a few high-profile acquisitions, some regulatory changes, a lot of consolidation and a squeeze in manufacturing capacity with the rise of biologics, personalized medicine, outsourcing trends. There's been so much happening in this space in the last months and the last year or so. What are the specific pain points that your clients are asking Alcami to address, and how's the company positioned to tackle those?
Great question. It feels like an unprecedented time in this space with the news. Each day you open the web browser and you see a new acquisition. We're definitely feeling that, right? So we're definitely having a lot of interest and a lot of people who whether it's they're concerned about capacity out there for their products. So again, specifically, I would say in the sterile fill finish space, that's been a hot topic over the last couple of months, and some of the announcements have come out. People wanting to know that we're going to be able to onboard them, get their product out, and just make sure we're keeping them for their timelines. We support clients from clinical stage all the way through commercial. And so having folks come in early with us and allow us to be able to take them all the way to the commercialization of their product, we can provide that stability, and that we're going to be here to keep them and take them through that process. So we have capacity, and I mentioned that earlier with the timing of our new lines coming on. We didn't know this was all going to happen now, but it's nice to know that we have capacity. So we're having a lot of excited clients, grateful that we can come in and support them and work with them on that. We also are hearing, I would say, there's some news, recently just about, challenges with outsourcing testing or whatever overseas. Again, our analytical testing, Alcami's been around over 45 years now. So we have a lot of credibility in this space. We have a very strong regulatory and quality track record, so clients can feel comfortable coming to us with their testing needs. And if we're doing standalone testing, we're most likely supporting people in their manufacturing processes. So because we manufacture ourselves, we understand the importance of timely deliverables. And so one of the pain points we hear often from clients is backlogs at our competitors or time to onboard being slower. So this is something that we really pay a very keen eye on. We have a lot of data in the company and track and look how our labs are doing with their turnaround times, even the ability to say yes to, can you rush this for us? And the fact that we can do that is something that differentiates us. The clients need reliable results on time so we don't slow down their processes. We understand that, and I think that's really a key part of what they're looking for right now. We mentioned before vendor consolidation. One of the big things that happened when we went into the pharma storage space was our clients saying, oh, that's fantastic, great. Now we can consolidate and have you be all part of that, our network. It's easier to work with you as one company. And part of that is how we do work with our clients. So we have a very strong project management team. You can have a single point of contact that can help move your program through storage, pharma, manufacturing into the testing. And so just the ease of working with us. And again, I think that relationship with the client becomes key to help them relieve their pain points when they're really just trying to manage either getting treatments to patients in clinic or hopefully getting their product through to commercial.
I appreciate this may be a difficult one to answer with, so many different focus areas and areas of specialization, but what does an ideal Alcami client look like?
Well, an ideal Alcami client, I mean, I think that it depends because I think what we want people when they're looking for a partner is that we can partner. We're open for, if you want to work with us in one of our areas, if you want to store with us only, if you want to test with us only, or manufacture, we're open to all of those opportunities. I think it's, we want to bring clients in and solve their problems. We want them to come in and check out, again, with the scale of our manufacturing, operations, come in, see who we are, see if we're a good fit for your program. Part of that process of getting new clients and bringing them in is understanding first the scope and then us matching to them and telling them quickly, yes, we're a good fit for you, or yes, or no, we're not a good fit for you, but working with them to bring them in on board as quickly as possible. The clients we work with top 10 pharma, and we work with people who are early stage raising their funding for biotech funding and that sort of thing. I think that we work with a lot of smaller clients on some of our medium-sized clients on some of our manufacturing programs, and that's a good fit for us. And so I think it's really dependent on what service offering they're coming in to work with us on.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, let's again just shift slightly and talk a little bit about sustainability. One of the three really important content pillars when we move to CDMO Live in a couple of months' time. So the industry is very focused on reducing scope 3 emissions. And obviously on the whole wider theme around sustainability. How is Alcami supporting this drive to sustainability? What are your plans for reducing your customers' carbon footprint and indeed your own?
No, that's a great question. Certainly a hot topic. We are seeing this a great deal more come up in our conversations with our clients, both from abroad and here in the U.S. We get a lot of questions right on the front end of those first initial interactions with the RFI process or RFP process, wanting to know where we are on ESG. So this has always been something that has been part of our DNA. And I think, one of the things that we're working, we've been doing, in recent times is really, pulling together at the highest level in the organization a focus on this. It's everything from capturing what we've been doing to be able to share that with the clients, as well as continue to evaluate ourselves against the standards where they are, where they're headed, to make sure that we are cutting edge and supporting everything. There's a real, I think you have to foster a culture, and I think that's what we have here at Alcami about that social responsibility. It's coming from our investors, it's coming from the senior leadership team, it's also coming from our employees. There's a real kind of grounds up something that we really want to encourage with our employees, their engagement in the community, their engagement in just social responsibility, even from recycling to all the things that they can do and have their hands on. It's a passionate group of people across our company. And so there's the formalities of us having people dedicated to looking what we can do, to investing in all the different things you can do to reduce your carbon footprint, and then share that with our clients because it is important to them. But at the same time, it makes us, aligned with and representing what we've always had been doing, but also making sure we continue to develop in this space.
Okay, that's great. That's really great to hear. Thank you. And then thinking, I guess, a little bit more internally, and thinking about the team that you're building and how that works, which obviously in any business is super important. But when you've got different offerings, you've got many different investment areas. Obviously, getting the team right is such an important dynamic around that. What can you tell us about the ways in which you've built your team and what makes that team successful?
Really in this space, as a CDMO where it's a competitive space, there's a lot of groups that are out there that really building a sales team, which really is the first point of contact to a new client, that you have a team that is strong. The team has technical backgrounds. These are experienced folks in the various areas that we sell. So manufacturing, analytical, pharma storage, pharma services, they have those backgrounds. So they're able to speak to the client up front and work with the client and understanding the scope and needs and bringing in our excellent subject matter experts all the time to move the conversation quickly. But it's really about that. Clients have a choice of who they go and work with, and people want to work with people that are strong communicators, that are responsive, that are listening as much as, talking to them. So they really understand the needs of the client. And so I've really worked to build a team, and I'm fostering that culture within my team, that client-centered focus, so that they understand that we value what they're doing and why. One of the most exciting parts of working for a CDMO, I was someone who spent a lot of my career in discovery where you fail all the time. And coming to a CDMO where you get notes from clients thanking you because they got you helped them get their product to market, or you help them get an approval from a regulatory agency. But we all look at the indications that we get to work on as a CDMO and the patients that we're touching. And when you build a team that looks at that bigger piece, it's in their heart too. They want to build a business, but you're able to connect with the clients on that level. I'm proud of the things that we're working on, and it's really kind of an honor to be part of that. And a CDMO allows you to do that in a very grand way because of the number of clients that you get to work with. So what we want to do is have a team that from the moment you ask us, can you do this, that process to understanding who we are, getting the legal documents in place, getting a quote to you, having you meet all the subject matter experts, getting everything teed up, your project manager assigned, is as smooth and as fast as possible, because that onboarding time is valued time to those clients. And so we really are making a focus, in the commercial team working very, very closely together to make sure that really works well for our clients. And I think that helps them really, set up for success as well as the team.
We love hearing those sort of stories. I mean, our view is that this CDMO and the outsourcing space is such an integral part of the industry. But hearing, a few more of those human stories around the team and how that's built and the importance and the connections with the market is really great to hear. So thank you. We're very much looking forward to you being involved in CDMO Live in June. Is there anything else that you'd like to add that we haven't covered today?
I think I would just like to add, and say, when you are developing a drug, it's one of the hardest things to do, and there's so many moving parts. And I think that what's changing in the industry right now makes people feel uncertain or not sure. And what we want to be is a provider that offers that stability to our clients, offers the breadth of service to our clients, but offers a level of service for them that is maybe beyond their expectations, that is allowing them to see that this is what good looks like, and we want to strive to do that. Part of that is how we respond if something goes wrong, because this is not easy to do. And so it's not about being perfect. It's about being responsive, communicating well, and really connecting with the client's needs. And really, that's fundamentally who we are. And we do all of that while delivering good results, good work, and the products that our clients need, and ultimately that'll get to their patients.
Wonderful. We're very much looking forward to your involvement in CDMO Live on the 13th of June. Thank you ever so much for your time today, and we'll speak soon.
That's great. Thanks, Chris. And I'm looking forward to the meeting in June as well. Thanks so much for today.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you'd like to meet with Kerry and the Alcami team, as well as hearing insightful lightning talks and roundtables, join us at CDMO Live on June the 13th. All you need to do to register is head to pharmasource.global/CDMO Live. We look forward to seeing you there.